Donald Trump's lawyers sent a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland. And what was in this letter, I'll read it to you in just a moment. It's short. We can quickly read it and then get into what it means. And it's asking for a meeting with Merrick Garland. Before we discuss what this could be an indication of, here is the letter. Dear Attorney General Garland, we represent Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States, in the investigation currently being conducted by the Special Counsel's Office. Unlike President Biden, his son Hunter, and the Biden family, President Trump is being treated unfairly. Okay. No president of the United States has ever in the history of our country been baselessly investigated in such an outrageous and unlawful fashion. We request a meeting at your earliest convenience to discuss the ongoing injustice that is being perpetrated by your special counsel and his prosecutors. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And what many are pointing out, as we'll get to in just a little bit, is that this could be an indication that Trump's lawyers expect an indictment out of this case very soon. This is from ABC News, and then we'll get to some analysis from Maggie Haberman. Former President Donald Trump's legal team has formally requested a meeting with Attorney General Merrick Garland amid fears from his attorneys that the coming weeks could bring a possible indictment of Trump regarding his alleged efforts to retain materials after leaving office and to obstruct the government's attempts to retrieve them. The letter, though thin on details, was sent so Trump's lawyers could present arguments that Trump should not be charged in the investigation related to his alleged mishandling of classified documents. Sources familiar with the matter tell ABC News. And before I discuss this more with you, here's Maggie Haberman on CNN.
Well, I make of it that they assume that there's going to be a charging decision near, because all signs are that these cases, both the January 6th investigations and the documents investigation are wrapping up, or at least coming close to being wrapped up, and that they want to get in their say before anything might happen. I don't know how this will be received. I don't know whether it'll be taken. But yes, it speaks to the fact that they are taking this incredibly seriously and want to deal with it.
I've been seeing increasingly reporting about behind the scenes in Trump world, and the fact that, as Maggie Haberman was saying, she says they're taking this incredibly seriously. I think concern is an accurate description for what's being felt, specifically in regard to the Jack Smith investigation, and even more specifically into the documents investigation, because we talked about this previously. It seems to be a pretty clear-cut, airtight case, and would be easy to prove in court. Okay, Trump had the documents he wasn't supposed to. He was subpoenaed for them. He turned over some, but not all of them. He knew that he had more. He knew that he was supposed to turn them over. His lawyer told him that if he had any more, he should turn them over. He had his lawyers falsely say in a signed statement to the FBI that there weren't any documents left, but there were. Clear obstruction there, clear mishandling of classified documents. It just seems so basic to break it down in terms of evidence, when so many cases can be complex as to how all those different pieces fit together. This one seems like you could lay it out on the table pretty clearly, and Trump probably knows, yeah, I did all those things I'm being accused of. And that's why his defense against the classified documents case has been, no, I'm allowed to. It's not disputing the facts. It's just, no, I'm allowed to do all that. Yep, I did all that, but I'm allowed to. And I declassified them with my mind. But even if that were true, that doesn't get him out of the fact that he lied to federal authorities, it seems, through his lawyers, and obstructed their effort to get back these documents regardless of the classification markings. But if that's the case, if there's a lot of concern, this could be their last chance to, before indictments come, just, if not to actually move Merrick Garland, at least to show his followers, to show the public, look, we really think this is unfair, and that's why we're trying to meet with Merrick Garland. We're really fed up about this, and we're going to take it to Merrick Garland. And I think that's what this is, an expectation that indictments are coming soon, that the evidence is pretty damning, and so just trying to do something. I will continue to say, I want accountability on all of these fronts in all of these areas, and hopefully we will also see accountability. The most important thing is that we see legal accountability for Trump's attempts to overturn the election, and when it comes to any of his other violations of the law, including the documents case. But for what it means as we look back upon this time in history, and as other leaders take a lesson from, hopefully, what happened after Trump attempted to overthrow our democratic process, install himself president for 4 years after his first term, despite losing to Joe Biden and all of that. This will either be a scar, as it already is, but even more so on the history of America, and lead to more threats to our democracy, or be a moment where Trump is so publicly humiliated, but not just for the sake of humiliation, also for the sake of accountability and justice, that future leaders think twice about trying what Trump did.